Arguing for Mexico is Catherine Stetson.
Mr. Chief Justice, and may it please the Court, Mexico's complaint pleads that petitioners aided and abetted violations of specific federal gun laws and that those violations proximately caused Mexico's harm. That satisfies PLACA's predicate exception.
Mexico claims that Smith & Wesson aided and abetted violations of federal gun laws. During questioning, the question of what gun laws will come up, but let's continue with Ms. Stetson's arguments.
First, the complaint details that petitioners deliberately supply the illegal Mexican market by selling guns through the small number of dealers that they know sell a large number of crime guns and who repeatedly sell in bulk to the cartel traffickers. Petitioners' arguments ignore these allegations.
I believe the petitioner ignored these arguments because they're factually incorrect. Smith & Wesson did not deliberately sell illegal guns into the Mexican market. Firearms manufacturers do not sell to gun dealers. They sell to distributors who then sell firearms from multiple manufacturers to gun dealers.
Next, as the court said in Twitter, an aider and abettor is liable for harms that were a foreseeable risk of that violation. That framing, foreseeable risk, is the proximate cause question. As this court put it in Bank of America, does the harm alleged have a sufficiently close connection to the conduct the statute prohibits?
The laws may be designed to keep guns out of the hands of criminals, but does the possibility that someone might do something illegal with your product 2 or more transactions later establish proximate cause? What is proximate cause? Again, according to the Free Legal Dictionary, a cause which immediately precedes and produces the effect as distinguished from the remote, mediate, or predisposing cause. So if proximate cause is something that immediately precedes the crime, then that does not exist here.
Petitioners' arguments would rewrite PLACA and proximate cause law far beyond this case. Petitioners argue that independent criminal acts sever the causal chain. But an independent act, criminal or not, only breaks the causal chain if it is not foreseeable. These acts were foreseeable.
For something to be foreseeable, one must know or imagine it's possible. However, of the millions of firearms that Smith & Wesson produces, how probable is it that one would be sold illegally, then used for illegal purposes?
Petitioners argue that Mexico's injury is not direct, but their directness argument borrows from cases involving indirect victims. Mexico is not an indirect victim. We are here at the beginning of this case. This court need not vouch for Mexico's allegations, but it must assume they are true. And the issue at this stage is not whether every aspect of Mexico's complaint survives, but whether any of it clears the predicate exception. Mexico should be given a chance to prove its case. I welcome the court's questions.
Does Mexico's argument clear the predicate exception that Smith & Wesson knowingly aided and abetted the violation of federal law? That's what the court is going to decide in this case.